Welcome everybody to the presentation film for the competition and live brief module for Coco Chocolatier. My name's William Myers. Let's begin. For this module, I had the opportunity to promote my illustration brand WM Comics by creating a series of illustrations in conjunction with the chocolate brand Coco Chocolatier. This project was also a brand styling project. To problem solve this, I started by creating two mood boards of illustrative work I'd previously done. This was to give me an idea on what represented my brand best. The result was mainly comics and characters with retro aesthetics. I also started the project by researching on Coco Chocolatier. Through this, I learned that most of their packaging represents the use of print effects, character designs, and typography. They also use pastel-based colour palettes of red, blue, black, gold, beige, and cream. In conjunction with the brand promoting artwork through packaging and the comic book work within my brand, I had the idea of basing my designs on the theme of the pop art movement, while still in relation to Coco Chocolatier's brand. I researched two artists, Roy Lichtenstein and Justine Hine. These two artists both produce illustrations with a mid-century comic book style, along with the use of limited colour palettes, illustrative type, and half-tone and textured effects. I also gave myself a visual insight on both the pop art movement and retro mid-century prints through these two mood boards. I learned that the pop art movement uses a primary colour palette, half-tones, and blue shadow effects, whereas old mid-century prints contain a sketchy illustrative style, limited uses of colour and texture effects. Another theme of applying old print effects for my design was formed. Inspired by my research, these illustrative thumbnails showcase ideas I had for the design packaging for Coco. I thought these ideas would strongly relate to the brand as they feature a strong use of character design, illustrative type, and would later have both limited uses of colour and print effects later in the project. The designs would include illustrations of a curvaceous mermaid, an enchanted tree, smiley faces out of a skirt pocket, a sailor, and upper-class twit character, resulting with both elegant and cartoon aesthetics, all illustrated with fine liners. As I wanted to use halftone patterns for my final designs, in relation to my theme of pop art and retro prints, these experimentations showcase samples of dotted halftone patterns that would be applied to my final designs. Each sample was created through Illustrator with the use of the ellipse and pattern option panel. The halftone pattern colours I used were red, black, and white. The concept sketches of both the sailor and upper-class twit characters were shown to be the strongest out of all my designs. These two illustrative outcomes showcase mock-ups of the sailor and upper-class twit character package designs, which featured the use of a pastel colour palette with the use of pop art and mid-century print effects, and were both created through Illustrator. These were both inspired by an old Ginger Blitz poster and watercolour cartoon painting I originally produced for my dissertation project. I found these two mock-ups were all well related to Coco's brand, as this was due to them both having limited uses of colour, print effects, and the uses of character design. I later realised that the two mock-ups I produced were associated with two of Coco's products. To problem solve this, I problem-solved this by re-illustrating them again as final designs without any associations with Coco's products. These were redone through Illustrator, using dotted half-tone, blue shine, and printed textured effects. Another design was produced showcasing an enchanted tree, inspired by Roy Lichtenstein's rainforest painting. All three designs had a strong association with Coco Chocolatier's brand, as they all had very strong uses of character designs, print effects, and were relatable to the brand's main colour palette of red, blue, black, gold, beige, and cream. These designs were also in conjunction with my theme of pop art and mid-century prints. I would later transfer the three final designs through Adobe Dimensions, which gave me an idea on what they would look like on Coco's packaging. This was where I also got to experiment with scale and studio lighting. Further research and ideas can be found on my portfolio. Thank you.